Hi everyone. It's Christine from Mission Yoga. I'm coming to you from my living room again for another 60-minute all levels vinyasa class. So we'll just give everybody a minute to get settled, get on your mat, get props or water if you need anything near you. Grab whatever you need and we'll get going. Let me just make sure our camera is okay. Okay. We'll come join you on the mat. And once you get there, get settled and find child's pose. With your toes together, with your knees wide. They can be mat width apart. And relax your upper body. Stretching your arms out in front of you, palms planted into the mat. Maybe your forehead touches, maybe it doesn't, that's okay. Just begin to take a couple deep breaths here. Clearing your mind to anything outside, anything off of your mat, anything beyond your practice. So giving yourself this hour to yourself for your practice. Walk your fingertips over to the right, get a stretch of the left side body. Take a couple deep breaths here. Come through center, walk the fingertips over to the left, stretching out the right side. Good, and come back to center. Reach both arms long in front of you. Take 2 deep breaths in and out. Making a nice rhythm with your breath. Smoothing it out. And using that breath to take you through the rest of your practice. From here, make your way up to tabletop. Hands and knees position, moving through 5 rounds of cat and cow pose. You can make this cat and cow your own, maybe with your fingertips facing forward. If you'd like more of a wrist stretch, you can turn your fingertips to face the wall behind you, or something different, maybe turning them to face the side walls. On an inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze, tailbone up. Exhale, round and curl, moving with your breath. Inhale, look up, tailbone lifts. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Adding any extra motions, maybe neck rolls, hip rolls. Exhale, round and curl. 2 more, inhale, look up, tailbone lifts. Exhale, round. Last one, inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale to neutral spine. From here, stepping your right foot to the back of the mat, keeping the toes tucked. Press into the heel and press your mat away from you with your palms, stretching that calf. Gaze slightly in front of your mat. Take 1 more breath. And switch sides. Drop the right knee, untuck the toes, then step the left foot to the back of the mat, tucking left toes. Press left heel to the back of the room. Breathe, pressing the mat away from you with the palms. Stretching out the left calf muscle. Coming back, tabletop, hands and knees, untucking left toes. Take 1 more cat and cow. Inhale, look up, tailbone lifts. Exhale, round and curl. Pressing the mat away. Inhale to neutral. And finding puppy pose, keeping your hips lifted and bringing the upper body onto the mat like child's pose. Breathe here, getting into the hips and really getting into the shoulders and the upper back. Take one more breath. Make your way out. Tuck the toes, coming to high plank, and press back, downward facing dog. Stretch out your first down dog, maybe pedaling out the feet. Shake the head yes and no, whatever you need to do to warm up, feel it out. Good. From here, roll forward to high plank, breath in, hold it. Exhale, hips up, heels down, down dog. Take two more like that. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips, lower the heels. Inhale, sweep right foot to ceiling. Flexing the foot. Exhale, bend at the knee, take it up and over. Stretching out the front of the right hip. Breathe. Keeping the shoulders square. Inhale, reach the right leg straight back up to the ceiling, three-legged dog, and then slowly lower it down. Down dog on all fours. Switching sides. Inhale, sweep the left leg to the ceiling. Exhale, bend at the knee, flex the foot, take it up and over. Really opening up the left hip, front of the left thigh. Breathe, let gravity do the work. One more breath. And lower down, coming through three-legged dog, all the way down to down dog on all fours. Deep breath in. Let it go. Inhale up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step to the top of your mat, take your time. And then fold into ragdoll, separating the feet at least hip width distance. Hinging from the hips, taking opposite hands to opposite elbows, and just hang out here. Relax the head and neck. Not holding the neck up, looking forward. You want to relax everything, let it hang heavy. Listening to your breath. Staying in that rhythm. One more here. Then find stillness at center. Drop the fingertips to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, heel toe the feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise to stand. Reach arms overhead. Exhale, bring hands to heart center. And here at Heart Center, take a moment, set an intention for yourself, for your practice. Whatever you need, just inviting it in, asking for it. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, let it all go. Bring your hands at your sides, palms forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back to high plank. Breath in at the top. Exhale, drop your knees, your chest, and your chin, keeping the hips lifted. Inhale, peel the upper body off the mat, cobra pose. Exhale, tuck the toes, make your way up and back to downward facing dog, taking your time, move with your breath. You can use that variation of our vinyasa at any time, dropping the knees to modify and using cobra pose as your back bend. Inhale up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to stand, arms reach overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, sweep up, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back, high plank, inhale. Exhale, either Chaturanga Dandasana, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Inhale up onto the toes. Exhale, bend knees, look forward, step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up to stand, arms reach. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a breath in. Exhale, let it go. And moving through sun, salutation B. Inhale, sweep up, bend the knees, sit the seat for chair pose. Continuing to warm up the body, getting ready for the rest of our practice. Letting your breath take you through these sequences. One more breath in. Exhale, fold forward over straight legs. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step or jump back and lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, forward and through, up dog or cobra pose. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Deep breath in and let it go. Inhale, step the right foot between the hands. Ground down through the pinky side edge of the left foot. Keep the right knee bent. And sweep arms overhead for warrior one. Breathe. Palms facing each other. Relax the shoulders. Grounding down through the feet, squaring the hips as best you can. One more breath. Reach. Exhale, palms frame the front foot, step back, either moving through your vinyasa, high plank to low plank, up dog, or meeting us right in downward facing dog. You can always skip the vinyasa and meet us here. Coming back to the breath. Switching sides, step the left foot between the hands, ground down through the pinky side edge of the right foot. Keeping the left knee bent, reach arms overhead, breathe. Deep breaths in, completely emptying out on your exhales. Shoulders are relaxed, grounding down through the feet. One more inhale, reach. Exhale, palms plant to the mat. Either step it back, moving through your flow with your breath, or meet us right in downward facing dog. Inhale up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up, sit low, chair pose, tuck the tailbone, lift the chest, weight is in your heels. Breathe here. Being okay with some discomfort. Breathe through it. One more inhale. Exhale, come to stand, hands at heart center. Breath in, and let it go. Inhale, sweep up, arms reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, palms to the mat. Step or jump back and lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale. exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach right foot to ceiling. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through for a high lunge. Staying on the ball of the back foot. You can adjust your stance if you need to. I'm going to widen mine a little bit on my mat horizontally for a little bit more stability. Continue to breathe. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Take one more breath in your lunge. From here, bringing the fingertips to the mat. Keeping the left palm planted, right arm reaches, simple twist. Just warming up the spine with our twist. Keep the breath moving. Good, and release it, both fingertips to the mat. Straighten the front knee, hop step the back foot in for pyramid pose. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold forward over your right knee. Keeping the right toes pointed at 12 o'clock, having a slight turnout with the left toes. Take 2 more breaths. Just beginning to open up the hamstrings. And release it. Walk the fingertips to frame front foot. If you've moved them, step left foot back, runner's lunge, come onto the ball of the back foot. And then plant the palms, step it back, downward facing dog, lift the hips, lower the heels. Switching sides. Inhale, reach left foot to ceiling, three-legged dog. Exhale, pull knee to nose, core plank, then step it through. Finding your grounding first and rising up to high lunge on the left. Again, I'm going to widen my stance a little bit for stability. That's up to you. Reaching arms overhead once you're ready. Staying on the ball of the right foot. Keeping the left knee bent. One more breath. Good, then from here, bringing the fingertips to the mat, frame the front foot briefly, then plant the right palm, reach left arm to the ceiling, simple twist. Breathe in your twist. One more breath. And on your exhale, fingertips to the mat, hop step that back foot in about halfway up your mat, square the hips. Inhale to a flat back for your pyramid pose. Exhale, hinging from the hips, lowering the head, relaxing the neck, relaxing the shoulders, letting the head hang heavy, really letting the fold come from the hips. Finding a little more softness on each exhale. Just taking your time with your first pyramid. This could feel like a lot on your hamstrings this early in a practice. So being okay, if you need to have this knee bent a little bit, absolutely do so. And begin to make your way out of your pyramid. Find a bend in the left knee, step the right foot to the back of the mat, runner's lunge. As a transition, moving through a vinyasa or coming right into down dog and skipping it. Moving with your breath if you're taking the vinyasa. All meeting up in downward facing dog, stretching it out. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to stand, arms reach overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Good, take a breath. And let go. Hands at your sides, palms forward. Inhale, sweep up and reach. Exhale, fold. Bend at the knees, sink the seat, chair pose. Keeping that tailbone tucked, heart lifted. Good. Sitting the seat a little bit lower. Take one more breath. And we're going to get ready to change this into a high lunge. So shift the weight into the right foot and step the left foot to the back of the mat. Take a deep breath in, just as a transition. Exhale, open this up to warrior two. Breathe. Open arms, open hips. Your back foot should be parallel with the back of the mat. Strong gaze out over your right fingertips. On your inhale, flip right palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Reaching right arm overhead, keeping the bend in your right knee. Left hand comes to either the back of the left thigh, or you can take a half bind and wrap it around the low back. Breathe. And inhale back to warrior two. And come back to high lunge. Sweep arms overhead, turn onto the ball of the back foot. Breathe in. Straighten the right knee. Exhale, rebend right knee. One more breath in, reach. This time on your exhale, opening it up to windmill pose. Taking a twist. Lengthening on your inhales, twisting on the exhales. One more breath. Inhale through to center, reach up. Exhale, straighten right knee, forward fold into a modified pyramid. Staying on the ball of the left foot with a wider stance this time. Hinge still coming from the hips. One more breath. Then find runner's lunge. Plant the palms. Step back, high plank. Exhale, low plank, or drop the knees to modify. Inhale forward and through, up dog or cobra pose. Breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe out. Inhale, fill. Exhale, empty it out. Inhale up onto the toes. Exhale, bend knees, look forward, step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bend knees, chair pose, sweep up, and sit the seat low. Just a few breaths here. Again, being okay with that discomfort that comes with chair pose. Weight in the heels, keep the chest lifted. Beginning to shift the weight into the left foot. Step the right foot to the back of the mat, high lunge, reach up. Exhale, ground down. One more inhale. Exhale, open this up to warrior two. Spinning the right foot parallel to the back of the mat. Open arms, open hips. Strong gaze out over your left fingertips. Breathe. On an inhale, flip left palm. Reverse your warrior. Right hand stays to the back of the right leg, or you can half bind by wrapping it. Breathe into this opening. Take one more. Come back, warrior two. On an inhale, sweep up to high lunge, coming onto the ball of the right foot. Straighten the left leg, get a little relief. Rebend, coming back to lunge. Take a breath in. On your exhale, windmill pose, coming into your twist on the left. Palms are open to the side wall. Spine is long and your back leg is engaged and active, really pressing up to the ceiling with the back of the right leg. Take one more breath here. Inhale, sweep it up, high lunge. Exhale, palms, frame front foot, straighten the left leg, folding into that modified pyramid pose. Having a bend in the knee if you need to. Coming back to your breath. Take one more. Bend left knee, coming back to runner's lunge. Then plant the palms, step it back, high plank, either moving through your flow or meeting us right in down dog. Using your breath in your vinyasa. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale up onto the toes. Exhale, bend knees, look forward, step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly rise to stand, arms reach. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Take 2 breaths here, coming back to your breath, coming back to that rhythm and back to your intention. Hands at your sides, palms face forward. Inhale, sweep up and reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant palms, step or jump back, lower down, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in and out. Inhale, right foot reaches to the ceiling. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Low lunge, dropping left knee, untuck left toes. Bringing the hands to the top of the right thigh to set it up. You can stay right here, or if you're comfortable reaching arms overhead, do so. Making sure that your front knee stays stacked over your ankle. So you never want your knee to come out over the ankle, keeping everything in line. One more breath. Good, then palms to the mat, frame front foot, tuck the left toes, lift left knee, runner's lunge. Inhale, sweep it up, high lunge. Getting ready to fly into warrior three. So hop step that back foot in a bit. And then lift off, pressing off with the back foot, hinging forward while lifting the left leg. Hands at your sides, palms face down like airplane arms. Keeping that lifted leg active and the foot flexed. One more breath. Drop the back foot, coming back to your lunge, reach up, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flip front palm, reverse your warrior. One breath here. Come back to warrior two, straighten the right knee. Bump hips back, reaching forward, out and down. Triangle pose. Breathe in your triangle. If you like to take on any variations in your triangle, feel free. Maybe overhead beach ball, or wrapping with a bind, maybe playing with lifting that bottom arm. But plain old triangle is my favorite, so I'm gonna stay right here. Take one more breath. Release it, slowly pull yourself back up to stand. Rebend right knee, warrior two. Take one breath in your warrior. And cartwheel the palms to the mat on your exhale and step back, moving through your vinyasa or opting out and coming right to down dog. Coming back to your breath. Switching sides, inhale, sweep left leg to ceiling. Exhale, pull knee to nose and then step it through, setting up your low lunge, untucking the right toes, dropping the right knee. Slowly rising up, either keeping the hands to the top of the thigh, if that's better for you, or extending arms to the ceiling. Breathe here. Remember that ankle and knee alignment. Feeling that stretch down the front of the right leg, stretching out the psoas muscle. Shoulders are relaxed. Your breath is deep. Keeping that steady flow. Take one more. And bring the fingertips to the mat. Tuck the right toes, lift right knee, and rise up when you're ready for your high lunge. And take one breath here, preparing for your warrior three, getting ready to take flight. So hopping that back foot in and then pressing off. Straightening the left knee, hands at your sides like airplane arms, really lifting through that back leg, foot is flexed. Core is strong and your gaze is set. Breathe. One more breath. And then we'll drop it back to high lunge. Reach arms overhead, breathe in. Exhale, warrior two, open it up. Inhale, flip front palm, reverse your warrior, exhale. One breath here. And then bring it back to warrior two. Straighten the left knee, bump the hips back, reach forward, out, and then down. Triangle pose. However you want your triangle to look, staying right here. We're taking on any of those variations, maybe reaching over your head, binding. We're staying right here with me. Whatever you choose, keep your breath moving. Heart open, chest is rotating towards the ceiling. One more breath. And slowly rise up to stand. Warrior two, rebend the knee, take a breath. And cartwheel the palms to the mat and step back, either moving through your flow or coming right to down dog. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Inhale up onto the toes. Exhale, bend knees, look forward, step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to stand, reach arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Separate the feet hip width distance or a little bit more. Take a breath in. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. And take gorilla pose, sliding the palms underneath the feet, palm face up. Really aiming the tailbone up to the ceiling. Having a slight shift forward in your weight, a little bit more weight into the toes. Allowing for more opening in the back of the legs and the back of the neck. And focusing your breath into that space you're creating in your lower back. One more breath. Release your hands out from underneath your feet. And heel toe your feet back together. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to stand, arms reach overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath here. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant palms, step or jump back and lower down. Chaturanga, Dandasana, or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, forward and through, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep right leg to ceiling. Exhale, pull knee to nose, step it through. Coming up to warrior one. Grounding down through the pinky side edge of the left foot. Widen your stance so that your pinky toe should be on the right edge of your mat. Your right pinky toe should be on the edge, right side edge of your mat. Good. And same with your left foot. So toes are edge to edge. Taking a bind behind the back. Setting up for your humble warrior. Maybe interlacing the fingers. If that's not okay on your shoulders, you can always take opposite elbows or opposite wrists. Or if you have really tight shoulders, grab for the back of your shirt. So take a breath in, finding a bind that works for you. Exhale, hinging forward, rinsing out the shoulders when you get there. Letting the head hang down by your right knee. Stay with your breath. Ground down through your feet, building a strong base to support you. One more breath. And then release it, slowly rising up to stand, briefly straightening that front knee, getting a little relief as you come back to your warrior one. Reach up. Then exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten right knee, flip right palm, reverse triangle, stretching out the right side. Breathe. Coming back, warrior two. Setting up for half moon. So let me back up so I stay in frame. Good. Pressing off with that back foot. Bringing the right fingertips about 12 inches in front of the right foot. Opening up the left hip first. So as you lift that left leg off the mat, you're going to open up the left hip so that you're stacking hip on top of hip. You can stay here with the hand to the hip if that's better for you, if that's easier, if that's better for your stability. If you're stable, feels good, extend that arm to the ceiling and breathe. Staying on the fingertips of the right hand. You should have minimal weight in those right fingertips. One more breath. Getting ready to drop back into warrior two. So bringing a bend in the right knee. Coming back to your warrior two. However you have to get there, it doesn't have to be pretty. Good. Then straighten the right knee. Turn to face the sidewall, getting ready to set up a wide straddle stretch. Hands to the hips. Take a breath in. Lengthen. Exhale. Folding forward, hinging from the hips, taking your time. Keeping a flat back as long as you can, letting your head and your hands drop last. We'll be hanging out here for a few breaths, so take your time. Take 2 more breaths in your fold. Come to your fingertips and halfway lift. Lengthen the spine, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Bringing the hands to the hips, slowly rise up to stand, mini bend in the knees. And we're going to set it up on the other side by turning to face the back wall. So come into your warrior 2 to help you find your warrior 1. From here, sweep arms overhead. Facing the back wall, so your left knee should be bent. Grounding down through the pinky side edge of the right foot. And then let's widen that stance, getting ready for humble warrior. So widening your stance horizontally, pinky side edge of the left foot is close to the left edge of your mat. And same with the right. Taking that bind behind your back, whatever is accessible for your shoulders, either interlacing, taking the elbows, grabbing onto your shirt, whatever you can do. Take a breath in, find some length, lift the chest, open the heart. Exhale, fold forward, hang out here. Feeling grounded and supported through your feet, letting the head hang out by the knee. Rinsing out whatever doesn't serve you. Whatever you don't need, and whatever you need to let go of, rinsing it out, leaving it on your mat. One more breath. Slowly rise up to stand, briefly straightening that front knee, get a little relief. Arms reach overhead. And then open right up to warrior 2, adjust your stance. Inhale, straighten left knee, flip the palm, reverse your triangle, stretch out that left side. Breathe. Good, then come back, warrior 2, bend that left knee. Getting ready to set up half moon on the left. So hop step that right foot in, straighten the left knee as you reach forward with the left fingertips about a foot in front of the left foot. Reaching up and back with that right hip open. So opening up that right hip first as you kick and lift through that back leg. Minimal weight in the left fingertips. Right hand can stay to the hip or can extend to the ceiling. Breathe. If you fall, it's okay. Get back in, give it another try. Getting ready to take this back to our warrior 2. Finding a bend in the left knee, drop the right foot to the back of the mat. Adjust your stance. Then bringing the hands to the hip, turning to face the side wall for another wide straddle. Hands to the hips to set up. Take a breath in, find a little length. Exhale, hinge forward. Keeping the back flat as long as possible. Take your time. There's no rush. You can move your hands however you'd like to in your forward fold, maybe walking them out in front of you like a wide-legged down dog, or walking them backwards between your feet towards the wall behind you for more of a hamstring stretch. You can bring them to opposite ankles or to your ankles and pulling down if your hamstrings are open. Or keep them right here in front of your face. If you have tight hamstrings and you need to keep a little bend in the knees, that's okay too. Just finding somewhere where you feel a stretch and somewhere where you can maintain your breath. Take 2 more deep breaths. One more. Bring your hands back underneath your face if you move them. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Hands to your hips. Slowly rise up to stand. And heel toe your feet together in the center of your mat. And we'll set up tree pose for some balance. So starting with your left foot as your grounding foot. Pick up your right and bring it to the inner thigh, shin, or ankle of your left standing leg. So you choose, just avoid your knee with your placement. Bring your hands to heart center, and you could stay right here or extend your arms, depending on how you like your trees to look. Stay with your breath. Set your gaze somewhere in front of you. Core is strong. Imagine length through your side body and really pressing into your standing leg with your lifted foot. 2 more breaths. 1 more. And release it. Bring the right foot to the mat, give it a little shake. Getting ready to set up the other side. Using our right leg as our standing leg. Picking up the left foot, again, just avoid the knee with your placement. Inner thigh, shin, or ankle, really engaging the right leg, pressing it against the left foot. Hands to heart to set up. Stay right here, or extend the arms to the ceiling. Again, gaze is set, listening to your breath. If you fall, get right back in. Two more breaths. Good, and gently begin to make your way out. Bringing both feet together, give them a little shake. Good, and then make your way to the top of your mat, facing forward, palms at your sides, also facing forward. Take a shoulder roll breath. Inhale, reach the shoulders towards the ears. Exhale, roll your shoulders down your back. Inhale, sweep up, reach overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant the palms. Step or jump back, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana, or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stretch out in your down dog. Taking any extra movements or stretches that feel good, anything you need. And when you're ready, dropping the knees onto the mat, toes together, and finding child's pose. Just taking a couple deep breaths in your child's pose, coming back to your breath. Remembering your intention. 2 more deep breaths here. Filling all the way up and emptying out completely on your exhale. Begin to walk the hands back towards the knees, gently lifting your upper body so that you're in a seated position, and finding your sits bones, swinging the legs out in front of you, bringing your seat to the middle of your mat if you aren't there already, and gently lower yourself onto your back for bridge pose as a back bend. Separating the feet about hip width distance apart and walking them close to your seat. Bringing your hands next to your body as support. We'll take our first back bend in bridge pose. So on an inhale, lifting up with the hips. You could keep your hands onto the mat if you need some support, or interlacing the hands at your low back, rocking up onto the shoulders. Breathe here. Softening the glutes, pressing down through the feet, lifting up through the thighs. Two more breaths. Good, gently lower down. If you've come up on your shoulders, untuck them, and then lower the hips. Knocking your knees from side to side, rolling out that low back. Getting ready to set up either another bridge pose, or if wheel pose is in your practice, feel free to take on full wheel. I'll set up bridge pose with you first and then join you in wheel. So bridges, pressing down through the feet, lift up through the hips, softening the glutes, either using the hands for support or interlacing the hands and rocking up onto the shoulders. Come into wheel, hang out here. Whatever back bend you're choosing tonight, just staying with the breath. Take 2 more. And gently lowering yourself down from whatever back bend you chose. Bringing the feet mat width distance. And bringing the knees together, releasing that low back. And then bring some movement to the legs, windshield wipering the legs back and forth, rolling out that back. Hug the knees into the chest. Roll up into a ball. And you can stay still or rock side to side. Again, rolling out the back. Then begin to find some forward back motion. Then rock and roll yourself up to seated. Or just a few forward folds before we come back down onto the mat completely. Starting with staff pose, extending the legs long in front of you, finding the sits bones, sitting up tall, feet are flexed. Inhale, reach up, engage your core, protect your low back. Exhale, fold forward, hinging from your hips. Staying with your breath, shoulders away from the ears. One more breath in your fold. And slowly walk yourself back up to seated. For Janu Shirshasana, keeping the right leg extended, bending the left knee in, and then bringing the sole of the left foot to the inner right thigh. Square the body over the right leg. Take a breath in, find some length. Exhale, fold forward. Stay with the breath. One more here. And slowly make your way out of your fold, back to seated, and switch out your legs. So left leg is long, right knee bends, sole of the right foot to the inner left thigh. Adjust your seat, squaring the body over the left leg. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward. Take your time, keeping that length through the spine. One more breath in your fold. And slowly walk yourself back to seated for bound angle pose, keeping the right knee bent and bringing the sole of the left foot to meet the sole of the right foot. Finding your sits bones again, sitting up tall, taking one breath in and exhale, hinging forward. Again, letting the fold coming from the hips. Focusing the breath to the space in your low back and to the stretch in your hip flexors, relaxing the head, relaxing the neck. Take one more breath. And slowly make your way back to seated. Guide your knees together. Soles of the feet touch the mat. Bring your seat to the center of your mat if you aren't already there. And slowly lower onto your back. Taking your time. And then bend your knees into your chest. Once you get onto your mat, you can roll around side to side, maybe making circles with the knees. And if you're making circles, switch directions. Taking an inversion of your choice, either legs up the wall pose, keeping your hips grounded, extending the legs, soles of the feet pointing to the ceiling. If you're at home, this is a good time to slide a block or a prop or a pillow underneath your hips to make this a little bit more restorative, a little more passive. Taking shoulder stand if shoulder stand is in your practice, or headstand if that is in your practice as well. Turning yourself upside down in some way and staying here for 5 of your own breaths. If you're in shoulder stand, you can drop into plow pose or deaf man's pose if that is in your practice too. And then begin to slowly make your way out of your inversion, taking your time. And we'll counter those inversions with fish pose. So extending the legs, sitting up, bringing the hands underneath the sits bones, pulling the elbows close to each other behind the back, and slowly lowering down onto the elbows and the forearms. Taking a breath in, lifting the chest and the heart up, and exhale, slowly lowering the crown of the head to the floor. Breathing into that space you're creating in the throat and in the chest. To come out of your fish pose, lift the head first, and then gently release your hands out from underneath you. Lower yourself back onto your mat. Hugging the right knee into your chest. And then let the right knee fall across the body to the left. Bring your gaze to the right. Relaxing into your twist. Arms in a T. Soften your gaze or close your eyes. Coming back through center, unwind and switch sides. Extending the right leg, keeping the left knee bent into the chest, then bring it across the body, let it fall to the right. Bring the gaze to the left, arms in a T. Again, softening the gaze or closing the eyes. Sinking into your twist. Unwind, coming back to center. Hug the knees in one more time. Maybe bringing the forehead to the knees, curling up into a ball. And then extending everything long into the mat, pointing the toes forward. Reach the arms overhead. Give yourself one final long body stretch. And then relaxing completely, settling into Shavasana, complete rest. Bringing the arms to the sides, palms facing the ceiling, feet relaxed. Relax your breath, not holding on to any rhythm anymore, just letting it flow naturally. Relaxing your face, your jaw, the space between your eyebrows. Fully sinking into your mat and letting the floor hold you up. Stay in your Shavasana for as long as you'd like. I'm going to sign off from this video and let you enjoy some peace. Ooh, got crazy yoga hair. But as always, thank you for joining me and for joining Mission Yoga for these online classes, and we can't wait to see everybody in the studio soon. Namaste.